Chasing the High, The Rise and Fall of Kevin Blake. Chapter 1. The Thrill of the Ride. Kevin Blake was the guy everyone wanted to be. At just 22, he had the looks, the charm, and most importantly, the money. Not just ordinary money. The kind that made heads turn when he walked into a club, the kind that paid for luxury sneakers, designer watches, and weekend getaways to exotic locations. At Maplewood University, Kevin wasn't just a student. He was a legend. Nobody really knew what he studied. His name was hardly on attendance lists, and his assignments were mysteriously submitted on time, despite him spending most nights at parties. But nobody questioned it. When you pulled up in a brand new BMW, always had VIP access to the hottest events, and threw parties that made people forget their problems. Nobody asked questions. But there was one question Kevin never liked answering. Where does all your money come from? His usual response, a sly smirk and a casual, business, bro. Just business. The truth was far more dangerous. Kevin's journey into the world of easy money started in his freshman year. Like many students, he arrived at university with dreams, a scholarship, and an empty wallet. His single mother had done her best to get him there. But after tuition, there wasn't much left for fancy clothes or parties. That's when he met Richie. Richie was a dropout, but he had what Kevin wanted: money, cars, and an attitude that said he didn't care about anything. He introduced Kevin to the game. At first it was just small deals, selling sneakers and phones at a markup, running errands for local hustlers. But soon the deals got bigger. By his second year, Kevin was deep in credit card fraud, illegal betting, and dealing party drugs. As the money flowed in, so did the risks. Kevin found himself in over his head, tangled in a web of deceit and danger that he never anticipated. He splurged on luxury cars, designer clothes, and expensive watches, living a life most of his peers could only dream of. But the more he spent, the more Jason worried. "Kev, this doesn't end well," he would say, his voice filled with concern as they sat in crowded cafes while Kevin just brushed it off. Deep down, Kevin felt the unease building, but the allure of fast money and status made it hard to step back. The thrill was intoxicating even as Jason's warnings echoed in his mind. Then came the night everything changed. A deal went south, leading to police involvement, and suddenly the consequences of his choices became all too real. Panic set in as news spread of an impending raid near campus, making Kevin realize he was in deeper than he ever intended. Jason's voice echoed in his mind, urging him to get out, to leave it all behind. But walking away meant giving up everything he had worked for. Or so he thought. In that moment, Kevin faced a choice: continue down this dark path, or reclaim the life he once had, the life that seemed so far away now. The city sparkled like a tempting mirage, yet danger loomed closer than ever. With every heartbeat, Kevin felt the walls closing in, pressing him to make a life-changing decision. The message jolted him into action, a stark reminder that time was running out. With a deep breath, he knew he had to confront the chaos head-on. He stepped into the shadows of the warehouse where uncertainty hung in the air. The faces around him were hardened, and Kevin understood that every choice had led him to this moment. Confronted by Richie, the lines between friend and foe blurred, igniting a fierce battle of wills. Kevin felt the pressure to stand his ground, realizing the weight of his choices had never been more critical. Richie's voice dripped with betrayal, as accusations flew, each word echoing in Kevin's mind, leaving him to ponder how everything had spiraled so far out of control. In that instant, clarity struck. This was no longer just a conversation. The stakes had risen, and any misstep could lead to dire consequences. Desperation flooding his voice, Kevin sought to calm the situation, knowing that one wrong word could ignite a violent conclusion to their fraught history. The silence hung heavy each second, stretching into an eternity as Richie considered his next move. Kevin's heart raced, knowing that the balance between life and death rested on a knife's edge. Richie's laughter pierced the silence, a chilling reminder that not everyone was willing to forgive. Kevin sensed the atmosphere changing, the fragile peace hanging by a thread. With resolve igniting within him, Kevin prepared to defend his honor. The stakes had never been higher, and he knew that only honesty could navigate this treacherous battlefield. Taking a deep breath, Kevin faced Richie with unyielding honesty, determined to unveil the truth behind their shattered alliance. This was the moment where everything could change. The unexpected bravado struck Richie like a lightning bolt, momentarily undermining his steely demeanor. The air crackled with tension, thickening as words became weapons in their fierce exchange. With fervor, Kevin unveiled the painful truths that had built a wall between them, igniting a fire within him that could no longer be contained. The crowd felt the tension escalate, knowing that the outcome would. Chapter 6. Redemption or Ruin. Kevin was given 5 years in prison. It could have been longer, but he made a deal, giving up names in exchange for a reduced sentence. He lost everything, his status, his reputation, and his freedom. But prison gave him something he never had before. Clarity. For the first time in years, he was forced to face himself. No filters, no distractions, no fake friends. Just Kevin Blake, the kid who once had dreams. In prison, he studied law. He saw firsthand how many young men like him were trapped in the system, and he vowed to change that. By the time he was released, Kevin was a different man. He started an organization helping ex-convicts rebuild their lives. He shared his story in schools and universities, warning young people about the dangers of chasing fast money. People still whispered when they saw him, but this time it was different. Not as the legend of Maplewood University, but as a man who fell, got back up, and decided to change. The end. Moral of the story. Fast money comes with fast consequences. Friends who push you into risky lifestyles won't be there when things go wrong. Every choice has a price. Make sure it's one you're willing to pay. Hey there, amazing people. If you enjoyed this story and want more thrilling, eye-opening tales, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our growing community and never miss an upload. And if you love this video, give it a thumbs up and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we drop new content. Your support means everything. See you